afternoon and welcome. My name is Jared, filming here at Downey Yoga. As usual, today we'll get into some movement where we'll build strength and work on balance. And today we'll focus a little bit more on the shoulders. So let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. We're going to get started at the back of our mat. So go ahead and make your way there. Any comfortable seated position will do. On your shins or on your seat, rest your hands somewhere comfortably. And before we begin to move our bodies, let's take a moment or two here just to check in with what we're feeling in our bodies. Right? So with your eyes closed, right, start to turn your awareness inwards and just notice any sensations you happen to be feeling in this particular moment. Right? It can be as simple as the weight of your body on your shins or on your seats, or maybe any sounds you may be hearing. Right? Just take a moment or two here to begin to turn your awareness inwards. For now, allow your breath to be soft and steady. Start to bring your awareness to your breathing. Right, without moving your breath intentionally just yet, just notice how or where you happen to be feeling your breath in your body. All right, just for the sake of it, notice any thoughts, any dialogue, any drama from your day floating around upstairs. Right? Take just a moment or two here to acknowledge anything going on in this particular moment inside your body, inside your head. Right, without holding on to anything, but allowing it to drift away. Right, we need to create a little space for your practice today. Right. We begin to move our breath here a little more intentionally, right? With the eyes closed. We'll begin with a few big inhales and exhales. Right? So start with a nice deep breath in. And then just softly sigh it out. Let's say that again, nice big breath in. And then again, just sigh it out. And one more time, big inhale. And then again, sigh it out. Right. Take a nice deep but slow breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then pause. Continue to hold your breath. As you exhale, we're going to exhale as if you're blowing out a candle, right? So blowing it out nice and steady as you exhale here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hold. Let's do that again. Nice big breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold. Slowly exhale through the mouth. Blow it out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Last time. Inhale slowly through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pause. Slowly exhale through the mouth for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. All right, one more time all together. Take a nice full breath in. And then just softly sigh it out. All right, continue to breathe steadily. Bring both hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers. As you inhale, press the palms up towards the ceiling and gaze up. All right, as you exhale, bend the elbows. Lower your hands. Lower your gaze. Right, as you inhale, press the palms up and look up again. Right, this time, as you exhale, keep the arms straight. Lower the gaze, but lower your hands out in front of you, around the shoulders. All right, then again, inhale, press the palms up and look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower your hands, lower your gaze. And let's do that again. Inhale, press the palms. Lift the chin. Exhale, round the shoulders, lower the hands, lower the chin. Again, inhale, press up and look up. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower. One more time, just for fun. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower the hands and round the shoulders. Inhale, press up and look up. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower the gaze. All right, release your hands here. Bring both hands to your heart. Take a moment or two here to reconnect to your breath. right? So with the eyes closed or softly opened, right, begin to lengthen or deepen your breath, right? Begin to create a nice steady rhythm here with your breath. Right? If you'd like to also set or create an intention for your practice this afternoon, take a moment or two here to do that too. Right? But however deep your breath happens to be, right? Begin to find or create a sense of steadiness through the steadiness you create in your breathing. Awesome. Let's go take one more deep breath in all together. And then again, softly sigh it out. Sweet. Continue to breathe steadily here. Let's make our way into tabletop. Right. So walk both hands out in front of you. All right. Bring both hands beneath your shoulders, and we'll begin by making some circles here. Right. So just begin to make some circles over the wrists. Right. Your hands are somewhere beneath your shoulders, and your knees are somewhere beneath your hips. Right. Tuck the toes. Spread your fingers gently, and then switch directions. Just making some circles here, big circles, little circles, whatever's feeling best in your body. All right, then come back to neutral here. Rotate your hands so that the fingers point inwards. And just sway from side to side, right? Just rocking gently for a moment or two. All right, then come back to center with the shoulders. Keep the fingers pointed inwards and just flip just your right hand so that the palm faces up, right? Fingers will still point inwards. And just gently rock from side to side. It doesn't have to be a big moment here, a big movement here. More than likely, this is intense as it is. All right, then bring the right palm flat, flip the left hand so that the palm faces up. Sway from side to side. All right, come back to center with the shoulders extend, or place both palms on the floor with the fingers pointed back and press into the palms, right? Tuck the toes, take a nice big breath in, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and round the shoulders. All right, let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and round. All right, start to add on a little more movement here. As you inhale, lift the chin and tailbone again, but begin to sit the hips back. And feel the palms get a little bit lighter. All right, as you exhale, press the palms back down and tuck the chin and round the shoulders. All right, let's do that some more. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone, and sit the hips back. Exhale, tuck the chin, press the palms down and round the shoulders. Again, inhale, lift the chin and sit back. Exhale, tuck the chin and round forward. All right, two more times, just like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. All right, as you return back to a neutral spine here, rotate your hands back to neutral. All right, fingertips pointed forward. All right, step the knees back here. We're going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. Right, so lower all the way down onto your stomach. All right, as you release all the way down onto your belly, untuck the toes, and we'll make our way into our Sphinx pose. Right, so walk your elbows beneath your shoulders. Right, so notice if your elbows are way back by your hips, and then step them forward beneath your shoulders so that you can hold your heart high. Right, press the palms gently into the floor. Right, with the heels pressing gently together, we'll warm up the neck here just a little bit. Right, so gaze over your right shoulder. Right, keep the chin lifted, and then bring your chin, your gaze back through center, and gaze over the left shoulder. Let's do that again. Come back through center and gaze over the right shoulder. Right, back through center and gaze over the left. Right, bring your chin back to center. We'll switch that up just a little bit. Keep the gaze forward this time, but lower your right ear to your right shoulder. All right, come back to center, lower your left ear. Inhale back to center, exhale, lower your right ear. Right, inhale to center, exhale, lower the left. Inhale to center, exhale, lower the right. Again, inhale back to center, exhale, lower the left, and then inhale, come back to center. Awesome job, right? So retuck the toes, right? So with the toes tucked, if you want, you can walk or step the feet out just a little bit wider, maybe about hips width apart or so. Right, keep the palms pressing gently into the floor. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and lift your hips off the floor. Right, feel the lower belly lift. Right, for now, or first time through, keep the knees on your mat. Right, go and release the belly back down. Release the hips. Right, keep the palms pressing down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips. Right, with the toes tucked, lift the knees too if you want. Right, you can always leave the knees on the floor if you want to do that instead. Right, go ahead and lower the hips back down. All right, we'll do that one more time. Take a nice full breath in. As you exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and then lift or leave the knees, right? Forearm plank. We'll take just a breath or two more here. Right? Feel the palms pressing down, feel the forearms pressing down. Maybe feel the shoulder blades separate just a little bit more. And from here, start to tiptoe your feet a little bit closer to your elbows for dolphin pose. Right? Continue to press into the forearms, into the palms. See if you can start to bring your ears a little bit more between your arms. Right? If that's feeling comfortable enough to do. Just a breath or two more here. Right? Of course, if you're feeling good, you can maybe twist the hips a little bit, give yourself a little extra sensation if that's feeling good in your legs or feeling stable enough for you to do. All right, bring the feet, bring the hips back to center. Go and tiptoe your feet back into your forearm plank. All right, once your hips are lower or level with your shoulders, take a nice full breath in. And then exhale, lower all the way down. All right, so as you release to your stomach, once again, walk your hands out nice and wide, just a little bit wider than your mat. Lift up onto your fingertips and untuck the toes. Hug your heels close. On your next inhale, tuck your chin and roll the shoulders out. And exhale, lower the shoulders back down. I say that again. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, lift the chin and lower back down. One more time. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, lower down. All right. From here, once you return to the floor, once again, find a block or perhaps a book or a bottle of water. Really something that you can just hold in your hands that maybe has a little weight to it. Right? I'll let you decide how much weight you want to use. All right. So you're going to take your block or your prop out in front of you overhead. Right, with the head gazing down, keep the neck nice and long. Begin to lift the hands up. Right, take a nice big breath in, and then exhale, lower back down. Right, let's do that again. Inhale, lift the block, lift your prop, lift up, and exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower back down. Awesome job. Go and walk your hands a little bit wider than your mat. One more time. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale, lower the shoulders back down. All right, we're going to start to add some movement here, right, just to open up the shoulders a little bit more, right? So walk the hands out nice and wide. All right, this time you're going to take an inhale, lift the hands up with your prop in your right hand, swing the arms out to the sides. All right, bring your prop all the way behind you, right? Switch hands, bring your block or your prop into the left hand, swing the arms out to the sides. And then reach out in front of you, and then lower back down. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, bring the block out to the right, all the way behind, switch hands to the left, sweep out to the sides, and then back forward, and lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift the block, lift your prop, bring the block out to the right, bring it behind you, switch hands, and then out to the left. Right, overhead, and then lower all the way down. Right, without the block in your hands or the prop, take an inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, and hug the shoulder blades together. Right, as you exhale, lower back down, replace the hands beneath your shoulders. Retuck the toes here. As you inhale, press all the way up. Then as you exhale, we'll press back into our downward facing dog. All right, so take a moment or two here to move your body around a little bit. Pedal the feet, twist the hips, twist the shoulders. All right, perhaps wake up a little more sensation in the backs of your legs. All right, then come back to center here. Find a moment or two of stillness in your down dog. Hands should be somewhere about shoulder width apart. Press into the palms and lengthen through your shoulders. All right, on your next inhalation, bend your knees, sit your hips towards your heels. As you exhale, tuck your chin, straighten your legs into your plank pose. Right, so around the shoulders, over the hands. We'll do that again just for fun. Inhale, press back, bend the knees, lower the hips. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the shoulders forward into plank. All right, one more time. Inhale, press back. Exhale, round the shoulders forward into plank pose. All right, take a moment or two here into plank or in plank to get familiar with how you'd like to be in your plank in this particular moment and perhaps in future moments as we find future planks, right? So if at any time you'd like to lower your knees, know that you can totally lower your knees at any time. Just keep the legs engaged, right? So see if you can perhaps engage the muscles in your glutes or thighs, right? From here, take a nice full breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. All right, so once again, as you lower down onto your stomach, untuck the toes, walk the hands out nice and wide, lift up onto the fingertips. All right, inhale again, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, again, lower the shoulders back down. All right, two more times, just like that. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, lower down. And one more time, inhale. And exhale.
All right, once again, walk the hands out. Find your block, your prop, whatever you happen to be using this afternoon. Right. First three, we're just going to lift, right, just to get used to having this block in lifting something off the floor. Right. So as you inhale, just lengthen and lift your block off the floor, and then exhale, lower back down. All right. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale. All right. Just to reset here, walk the hands out nice and wide. Lift up onto the fingertips. Inhale, roll up, and exhale, lower back down. All right, so this time we're going to do the same movement as we did before. This time we're going to start moving to the left first, right? So once again, reach your hands overhead, find your prop. Take a nice big inhale, lift up. All right, reach the block out to the left. Sweep your left hand behind you, switch hands to the right. Then sweep the hands, bring your prop to the right, and then overhead and lower. All right, switch hands here as you inhale, lift up. Bring your prop into the left, and then behind you, switch hands to the right. Out to the sides, and then overhead and lower. 1 more time, just for fun. Inhale, lift, out to the left, and behind, out to the right, and overhead, and lower down. All right, without anything in your hands this time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows and cactus the arms, and lower back down. Replace the hands, retuck the toes as you inhale, press all the way up into your plank, and then exhale all the way back into your downward facing dog. Let's take a nice full breath in here. And then open mouth, exhale. Let's do that again. Nice full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. All right, continue to breathe steadily. On your next inhalation, bend your knees, hit your hips towards your heels. Again, exhale, straighten your legs into plank pose. All right, from this plank pose, we're going to make our way into our side plank. Right, so lower your left knee to your mat, bring your right instep to the floor, then sweep your right hand up overhead. Right, so just reach your right hand up. If you'd like to make this a little more challenging, you can begin to straighten your bottom leg if you haven't done so already. And it's comfortable enough for your neck, gaze up towards the right thumb, right, just to make sure it's still there. Your next inhalation, reach your right arm over your right ear. As you exhale, bring both hands to the floor. Step both feet back into plank. Lower the knees if needed. And lower all the way down to your belly. All right, untuck the toes. All right, keep the elbows bent. Take a nice big breath in. Lift the hands off the floor and hug the shoulder blades together. All right, as you exhale, lower back down. All right, we're going to do that again. This time, if you'd like to add on a little bit more, you can lift the legs too. Right, so as you inhale, you'll lift the legs, or lift the hands, lift the back of the head, and maybe lift the legs if you want. And then exhale, lower back down. All right, 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. All right, as your hands find the floor once again beneath your shoulders, retuck the toes. Inhale, press up into plank. Exhale, press all the way back into your downward facing dog. Let's take a nice full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. All right, let's do that again on the other side. All right, so as you inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back. Exhale, straighten the legs into plank. All right, this time you'll lower your right knee to the floor, sway your left instep to your mat. Reach your left hand up overhead. Vasisthasana now on the right. Same as before, if you want a little bit more, you can straighten the bottom leg. Right, wherever your bottom leg happens to be, see if you can start to gaze up towards the left thumb if that's comfortable for your neck. Nice and steady with your breath, wherever you happen to be in this particular moment. Let's take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, bring both hands to the floor, step both feet back behind you with the knees on or off the floor, lower all the way down to your belly. Right, untuck the toes, keep the elbows bent. Inhale, lift the shoulders, maybe lift the legs too. Exhale, return to the floor, retuck the toes, inhale, press up. And then exhale, press all the way back, downward facing dog. All right, so we'll make our way through that sequence just 1 more time, this time adding on a little more challenge, just in case you came here looking for that. Right, so on your next inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back. Exhale, straighten the legs into your plank pose. All right, same as before, if you want to lower the right knee, you can. Otherwise, sway both heels over to the right. Sweep your left hand up overhead. All right, if you'd like to make this a little more interesting, you start to hover the left foot away from the floor. On your next inhalation, reach your left arm over your left ear. As you exhale, return both hands to the floor, return both feet to the floor, and then lower all the way down to the belly. All right, untuck the toes, inhale, lift the arms, lift the legs. Then exhale, return back down. Retuck the toes, inhale, press all the way up. And exhale, press all the way back, downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back. Exhale, plank pose. All right, switching sides. Sway both heels now over to the left. Reach the right hand up overhead. Right, same option as before. You can lower the left knee or maybe hover or stack the right foot. Right, take one more inhale, reach your right arm over your right ear. As you exhale, return both hands, both feet to the floor, and lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift up. Exhale, return back down. Retuck the toes, inhale, press up. And exhale, press all the way back, downward facing dog. Let's take a nice full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. Awesome. On your next inhalation, bend the knees, look between your hands. As you exhale, walk, hop, or step your way to the front of your mat. Right? So as you make your way to the front of your mat, walk your feet to just about hips width apart or so. Right? Take a nice big breath in. Bring your hands to your shins, lift up halfway. Right? Lengthen out over your toes. Right? As you exhale, start to lower down. Bend your knees and lower your hips towards your heels any amount. Right? So if you can lower all the way down, totally awesome, but not totally necessary. Right? As you begin to inhale again, keep the arms, keep the upper body heavy, and we'll begin to rise. Right? So tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press into the heels, and slowly lift. Right? As you begin to finish the inhalation, reach the hands up overhead, reach up nice and tall, reach up into the fingertips. And as you begin to exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips into chair pose. Right? So keep lowering the hips towards the heels as you continue to exhale. And as you complete the exhalation, finish all the way down at the bottom where we just started from. Right? So as you inhale again, tuck the chin, slowly rise. Sweep the hands up, extend into the fingertips as you finish the inhalation. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips into chair. Right? Perhaps pause briefly just to cherish how wonderful chair feels this afternoon. And then continue all the way back down. And as you complete the exhale, soften all the way back down. One more time, inhale. Slowly roll all the way up. All right, extend all the way up into the fingertips. Complete the inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips, chair pose. All right, going finish all the way down at the bottom. All right, we're going to add on here. So as you inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Once again, same as before. All right, this time as you exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips, and lift the heels off the floor. All right, so lift up onto your tippy toes. As you lift your heels off your mat, go and lower your hands down to your hearts. Right, keep the heart, keep the thumbs lifted, and start to bring your elbows towards your knees. Right, any amount. If you can tap down, super awesome, not super necessary. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bring both hands to the floor. And then step both feet back into your plank pose. Right? With the knees on or off your mat, lower and lift through a full push-up. Right? So keep the hips and shoulders level and lift back up into your plank and then shift back into your dolphin pose. Right? So lower the knees first, lower your elbows. And once the elbows land, tuck the toes and lift the knees off the floor. All right, go and lower the knees back down. All right, press into the palms, lift the elbows with the toes still tucked, lift the knees, and we'll press back into our downward facing dog. All right, so we'll move through that sequence again, this time adding on a little bit more, of course, if that's what you came here for. Right, so take a nice big inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands as you exhale, walk, or perhaps hop to the front of your mat. All right, with the feet somewhere about hips width apart, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips just as low as you can go. Same as before, inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Complete the inhale as you extend into your fingertips. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips, and lift the heels. Right, we'll call this tippy toe chair. Right? So same as before, start to lower your hands down to your hearts. Right, keep the heart, keep the hands lifted. Start to lower your elbows towards your knees any amount. Right, if you can bring your elbows to your knees comfortably, maybe start to lift the knees a little bit higher on the arm, and maybe touch the hands to the floor, right, just to make sure it's still there, right? So let's take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands flat to the floor, and then step all the way back. Lower the knees if needed, and then lower and lift through a full push-up. All right. This time, keep the knees off the floor. Start to press the hips towards the wall behind you and lower both elbows to your mat for your dolphin pose. All right. Same as before, if you want to lower the knees first, you can totally lower the knees first and re-lift the knees as you make your way into your dolphin. All right. Press firmly into both hands. Press the elbows off the floor. Press the hips back into your downward facing dog. And we'll make our way through that sequence just one more time, right? So inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk up or step to the front of your mat. Right, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips just as low as you can. One more time, inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Right, or maybe a little bit quicker than the last time, right? Reach up into the fingertips as you complete the inhale, exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair. Lower the hands, lift the heels. Maybe tap the elbows. Maybe lower the hands for a quick little baby crow or maybe full crow if that's in your practice today. Don't worry, we'll visit this again later, right? So take a nice big breath in wherever your hands happen to be. As you exhale, bring both hands to the floor, step or jump both feet back, and then lower and lift through a full push-up. All right, press the hips back, lower the elbows into your dolphin pose. Tiptoe the feet a little bit closer to your elbows. Find a breath or two here. Press into the palms, lift the elbows into downward facing dogs. Take a nice full breath in. And then open mouth exhale. So that one more time. Big breath in. And then open mouth exhale. All right, from here, shift forward. Bring your shoulders over your hands and then lower your knees to the floor. Right, go and find your block or your prop or whatever you happen to be using, and go ahead and take a seat onto your heels. Right, just towards the back edge of your mat here. All right, just opening up the shoulders just a little bit more. Take your block into your right hand. I'll switch sides here. And just going to hold it any way that's comfortable for you, and just make a few arm circles here. Right, so circling the right arm forward, up, and back, just about 3 times. And after about 3 times, go and bring your hand back to neutral and switch directions. And then go and switch sides. Bring your right hand back to neutral, block into the left. Start at the top, and we'll go forward. Then after about 3, bring your hand back to center, and go backwards 3 times. All right, and after 3 times, go and place your block off to the side. All right, bring your hands out in front of you. We'll make our way into our ragdoll from here. So just a gentle forward fold. Walk your feet out nice and wide. Lift your knees. And we'll just hang loose here for a few breaths. Right? So let your upper body be light. If you want, you can grab onto your elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. Maybe take some movement here in the shoulders and the head. Right? Just a few moments here just to relax your upper body and breathe. All right, then going to start to come back to center here. Release your arms, release your elbows. Take a big breath in, lift up halfway, look forward. Then as you exhale, walk your hands out into your downward facing dog. All right, so as you walk out, press into the palms, press your hips towards the wall behind you. We'll take just a breath or two here. And on your next inhalation, bend the knees, look between the hands. As you exhale, walk up or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, you'll bring your feet to about hips width apart here. On your next inhale, lower the hips. Sweep your hands overhead for your chair pose. All right, as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart and lift your heels off your mat any amount. We're going to start to lower down here. Right? So if at any time you need to bring your hands down to the floor or maybe to the walls or to some prop, I know you can always use your hands whenever you need to. Right? But begin to lower your hips towards your heels. As you bring your hips towards your heels without touching the knees down to the floor just yet, lean the shoulders back and lower the knees in front of you any amount. All right, then go and lift the knees. And without taking a seat all the way just yet, lean the shoulders forward. Start to lower the heels towards the floor, right, towards kind of a light malasana here. All right, and then go and lift the heels away from the floor. Lower the knees back down towards the floor. One more time. And then lift the knees, start to lean the shoulders forward, lower the heels. All right, and then go and lower the knees back out in front of you. And once you can find a little bit of stability here, remember, use the hands if needed. Lift your hips away from your heels right back into your chair pose with the heels lifted. All right, begin to press a little bit more into the right heel. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, or into the right tippy toes, right? Step the left foot back behind you. Right? So we'll step back into our high lunge with the right heel lifted. Right? With the palms pressing at the heart, or if you're feeling adventurous today, reach the hands up overhead. We'll take just a couple more breaths here. All right, bring your right heel back down to the floor. All right, reach both hands down by your sides. Take a nice big inhale, press into the right heel, and lift your left knee up in front of you. Right, a little quick balance here. Right, as you exhale, we'll step back into our high lunge. Right, so reach the hands back up and step the left foot back. All right, let's do that some more. All right, inhale, press into the right heel, lift the left knee, and then exhale, step the left foot back. All right, one more time, just to be sure. Inhale, press into the right heel, lift the left knee. This time, as you exhale, lower the hands to the heart and draw your left knee to the left. All right? So draw the left knee open. If you're feeling somewhat stable here, you can press the palms open too. All right, on your next inhalation, bring the left knee back to center, reach the hands up overhead. All right, and then as you exhale, we'll step back into our warrior two. Right, so step your left foot to the floor behind you, spin your instep to the floor, and then lower your hands to shoulder level. Right, so as you reach the hands out at shoulder level, create some space here across the collarbones, and then gaze out over your right hand. All right, as you press into the front heel, notice if the front knee wants to drop inwards. See if you can continue, or encourage it towards the pinky side of your front foot. On your next inhalation, rotate your right palm towards the ceiling. Sweep your right hand up to reverse your warrior. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and Skandasana to the back. Right, so Skandasana to the left. Lower down any amount. All right, as you inhale again, rebend into the front knee. Bring both hands to the floor. All right, step your right foot back to meet your left. And then we'll find our side plank here. Sway the heels over to the left. Sweep the right hand up overhead. As you exhale, return both hands to the floor, lower the knees if needed, then lower all the way down. Inhale, keep the elbows bent, lift the shoulders, lift the legs. And then exhale, return to the floor. Right, retuck the toes. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, press all the way back into your downward facing dog. All right, take a nice big breath in, bend the knees, look between the hands. As you exhale, walk, hop, or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, inhale, sweep the hands up overhead, lower the hips into chair pose. Exhale, lower the hands, lift your heels off the floor, right? So same as the previous side, right? Just lifting the heels up any amount, right? Using your hands in the floor or whatever you happen to have handy, right? Lower your hips towards your heels. All right, once you find some stability here, a little bit closer to the floor, start to lean the shoulders back, start to lean or extend the knees towards the floor in front of you. All right, lean the shoulders back up. Start to lean the shoulders forward as you start to bring the heels a little bit closer to the floor, right? Even if they don't touch, right? Start to lift the heels, lean the shoulders, extend the knees, lift the knees, lean the shoulders forward this time as you press the heels or start to touch the heels down towards the floor, right? So one more time, lift the heels off the floor. All right, use the hands if needed. We'll make our way right back into our chair pose. So lift the hips away from the heels and bring your hands to your heart. This time, keep the weight pressing firmly into the ball of your left foot. Keep the heel lifted as best as you can. And then step your right foot back into your high lunge on the other side. All right, so keep the left heel lifted if it still is lifted or if you even care at this point. All right, feel the left calf, the bottom of your left leg engage perhaps a little bit more. All right, then go and bring your left heel flat to the floor. Feel the left heel pressing firmly into your mat. Take a nice big breath in. Shift forward and bring your right knee up in front of you. As you exhale, step back into your high lunge. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, right knee comes forward. Exhale, step back. All right, this time as you inhale, bring the right knee up in front of you. Exhale, lower the hands down to your heart. Bring your right knee over to the right. All right, same as the previous side. If you're feeling somewhat stable here, you can press both palms out to the sides. All right, just a breath or two, wherever you are. On your next inhalation, reach both hands up overhead. Bring your right knee back to center. All right, as you exhale, we'll step back into our warrior two on the opposite side. Right, so step your right foot to the floor at the back of your mat. Lower the hands, lower the heel, and reach out here. All right, same as the previous side. Guide the front knee towards the pinky side of your front foot, and gaze casually over your left fingertips for another breath or two. Rotate your left hand up towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep up to reverse your warrior. As you exhale, bring both hands to your heart, bend into your back knee. Skandasana now to the right. Lower down any amount. All right, as you inhale again, rebend into the front knee. Bring both hands to the floor. Step back into your plank, and we'll find our next side plank on the right. All right, sway both heels to the right. Inhale, sweep the left hand up overhead. As you exhale, bring both hands to the floor. Lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cactus the arms. Lift the heart, lift the head. And then exhale, return back down to the floor. Retuck the toes. Inhale, press all the way up. And exhale, press all the way back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a nice big breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. All right, on your next inhalation, bend the knees, look between the hands as you exhale, walk hop or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, so as you inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart, lift the heels. All right, same as earlier, start to bring your elbows towards your knee. All right, this time we'll spend a little bit more time here in crow or baby crow if you'd like to play, right? Otherwise, you can always keep your hands off the floor and balance here for what seems like a long time, right? But from here, if you're playing with crow or baby crow, bring both hands to the floor with the index finger pointed forward, right? Keep the chin, keep the heart lifted. Begin to bend the elbows and use your tippy toes to shift your weight a little bit more into the fingertips, right? Keep the chin, keep the heart lifted, and maybe one foot floats off the floor, right? Take a nice big breath in. All right, as you exhale, bring both hands to the floor if they aren't yet there. Step the feet back and lower all the way down. All right, inhale, press all the way up. Exhale, shift back, lower the elbows into dolphin pose. Remember to use the knees if needed. All right, maybe tiptoe the feet in a little bit closer, maybe lift one foot off the floor. All right, go and bring both feet all the way back down to your mat. All right, press into the palms, lift the elbows off the floor. All right, take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, side out. All right, let's go ahead and take a nice big inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands as you exhale, walk up or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips. All right, as you inhale, we'll make our way right back into our chair pose. All right, exhale, bring the hands down to the heart, lift the heels off the floor, right? So now we're going to add on just a little bit more, right? So from here, start to lower your hips to the heels. Same as before, use your hands if needed. All right, start to lean the shoulders back, start to tap the knees in front of you. All right, lift the knees back up. And start to tap the heels down, lean the shoulders forward. Right? Even if they don't actually tap, right, the floor, right? Let it be an energetic tap, right? Lift the heels up one more time, lean the shoulders back and lean the knees forward. Right? And start to lean the shoulders forward and lean the heels towards the floor, right? Maybe the heels do touch the floor. Maybe that's something that's accessible in your body. Awesome, but not super necessary. From here, we are going to sit all the way down, right? So use your hands if needed. Right, with as much control as you can manage, bring your seat all the way to the floor. And once both hips are firmly on your mat, we'll make our way into our Ardha Navasana. Right, so tuck your tailbone, reach both feet out in front of you, and bring your lower back all the way down to your mat. Right, so with the lower back pressing firmly into the floor, see if you can keep the shoulders lifted. We'll take just a breath or two more here. All right, if for some reason you'd like to make this a little more interesting, as if it weren't interesting enough, you can reach both arms up over your ears. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, lift all the way back up. We're going to make our way right back into our chair pose, right? So bring your feet to the floor, use your hands if needed, and shift your weight back onto your feet. All right, lift the heels off the floor, lift the hips away from the heels. All right, keep the right heel lifted as best as you can. Take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, step your left foot back for this modified high lunge. With the palms pressing gently at the heart or perhaps the hands reaching up overhead. Find just another breath or so here. Right, then bring the right heel flat once again. Take a nice big inhale. Press into that heel and lift your left knee up in front of you. Right, as you exhale, step the left foot back into your high lunge. Right, inhale, press into the right heel, lift the left knee. Then exhale, step back. One more time, inhale, press into the right heel, lift the left knee. Same as before, we'll balance here. So as you exhale, draw the left knee open, lower the hands to the heart. Perhaps press the palms out to the sides. Right, take a nice big inhale, bring your hands overhead, bring your left knee back to center. From here, we'll make our way into our warrior three. All right, so step to extend your left foot back behind you. Right, if your shoulders, if your lower back are feeling good this evening, you can continue to reach your hands overhead. If you've had about enough, you can always bring your hands to your heart or reach your hands back instead. Right, wherever your hands happen to be, engage the muscles in the back of your left leg, your left glute, and lift your left foot. Nice. Take a nice big breath in here. Start to bend the right knee. As you exhale, we'll step back into our warrior two for a brief moment. So step the left toes to the floor, spin your left heel down, and reach the hands out. All right, on your next inhale, reach the right hand forward, rotate your right palm up towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, bring your left arm over your left ear and face your palms together. All right, if you'd like a little more support here, you can always rest your right elbow on your right knee instead. But wherever your right elbow happens to be, right, lean the left shoulder open. If it's comfortable enough for your neck, you can gaze up towards the ceiling and count all the things that need to be taken care of later, or maybe just gaze away, right? Whatever's feeling best in this moment, right? On your next inhalation, sweep the left hand behind you, reach the right hand up. As you exhale, bring both hands to your heart, Skandasana to the left. Right, inhale, rebend into the front knee, bring both hands to the floor, step your right foot back, right? Sway both heels over to the left, inhale, reach the right hand up. Exhale, bring both hands, both feet to the floor, and lower all the way down. Inhale, cactus the arms, lift the shoulders, lift the feet. And then exhale, lower back down. Retuck the toes, replace the hands, inhale, press up. And then exhale, press all the way back into your downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. All right, one more time through. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. As you exhale, walk, hop, or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, inhale up into your chair pose. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lift the heels, maybe lower the hips just a little bit more. Start to lower your hips to the heels. Don't forget to use the hands if you haven't done so already. All right, and last time here, go and lower the knees towards the floor. And lift back up. All right, lean the shoulders forward, lower the heels. And then lift back up. All right, lean the shoulders back one more time. Extend the knees forward. And lift. And before we take a seat all the way down, lower the heels towards the floor. With as much control as you can manage at this point in time, lower your hips, your seat all the way down to your mat. Take a few rock and rolls if needed. And once you land safely on the floor, extend both feet out in front of you for Ardha Navasana. Right? Extend the feet, bring the lower back to press firmly into the floor. Then hug the legs together. Right? See if you can feel the thighs engage, right? If they weren't already. Right? Same as the previous time here. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the hands overhead, extend into the fingertips too. All right, take a nice big breath in. Exhale, sweep the hands forward, bend the knees, right back into chair pose. Right, so drift forward. Use the hands if needed. Lift the heels, lift the hips. All right, this time keep the left heel lifted. Right, and step the right foot back one more time into this modified high lunge. Right, extend the hands overhead if that's still feeling good in your shoulders. All right, bring the left heel flat on your next inhale. Press into the left heel. Bring your right knee in front of you. And then exhale, step back. And again, inhale. Right knee comes forward. And then exhale, step back. One more time. Inhale. All right, as you exhale, lower the hands, open the knee. All right, same as before. You can press the palms out if you're still feeling good about it. All right, if you're still feeling stable. All right, wherever your hands are, though. Just another breath or two. All right, on your next inhalation, bring your right knee back to center, right? So before stepping all the way back, same as before, we'll find warrior three. All right, so begin to reach your right foot back behind you. Feel the back of your right leg engage. Maybe lift the foot a little bit higher. Hands can press at the heart, can extend back by the hips, or reach overhead. All right, so take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, bend the left knee, step your right toes to the floor at the back of your mat, open up into warrior two. Right, take a nice big breath in, extend the left hand forward, rotate your palm up. As you exhale, bring your right arm over your right ear. Either face the palms together or this time, bring your left elbow to your left knee. All right, same as the previous side there, wherever your left arm happens to be, lean the right shoulder open, lengthen the right side of your body, and maybe just gaze up towards the right ceiling, or right towards the right ceiling, towards the ceiling, right, to see how amazingly clean it happens to be, right, just in case. All right, on your next inhalation, sweep your left hand behind you, or sweep your right hand behind you, sweep your left hand up. And then as you exhale, Skandasana, one more time to the right. All right, inhale, rebend into the left knee, bring both hands to the floor. All right, step your left foot back to meet your right foot one more time. Sway both heels to the right, left hand sweeps up overhead. And then as you exhale, bring both hands all the way down to the floor and lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift up. Exhale, return safely to the earth. Retuck the toes, press into the palms. Inhale, press up. And exhale, press all the way back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. And then open mouth, exhale. All right, on your next inhalation, bend the knees, look between the hands as you exhale, walk, hop, or step to the front edge of your mat. All right, one more time here. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead into chair pose. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart, lift the heels off the floor. All right, so one last time here, if you happen to have one last crow or baby crow in you, you can always bring the elbows to the knees, or maybe lift your knees to the shoulders or armpits and bring your hands to the floor. All right, from here, keep the chin lifted, right? So keep the heart and the chin lifted. Use your tippy toes to shift forward, and then maybe one or both feet hop off the floor. Go and return both sets of toes all the way down. All right, lift the hands off the floor, and then go ahead and take a seat onto the heels. All right, so from here, we're going to lower the knees all the way down to the floor. All right, so as you lower the knees down, now's a good time to add any extra padding that you may want to use, an extra blanket, or perhaps. And come to a stand on your shins, and then walk the knees out about hips width apart, right? So maybe step back onto your mat, step the knees out, keep the toes tucked. Right, take a nice big breath in, reach the hands up overhead. All right, as you exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chin, lift the heart, and then shift the hips forward, right? Feel the backs of your legs activate. Right? As you inhale, shift the hips back and reach the hands up. Right, exhale, bend the elbows, shift the hips forward, lift the chin, lift the heart. And then inhale, reach back up. One more time, as you exhale, open up here. We'll hold here for a few moments in our camel pose, Ustrasana. If you'd like, you can bring the hands to support the ribs. You can bring your hands to support the hips. Or if you want, you can bring your hands all the way down to your heels, and if that's feeling acceptable to you. But wherever your hands happen to be, feel the front side of your body lifting away from the floor, right, as best as you can for another breath or two. On your next inhalation, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, go and sit all the way back down onto the heels. So same as before, or same as we've been doing for the last 50 minutes or so. Start to lean the shoulders back, lift the knees off the floor. Right? And then we'll go ahead and start to lower the heels all the way down. Right, so as you lower the heels all the way down to your mat, go ahead and take a seat here. We'll make our way into our boat pose, right? So as you lean the shoulders back, lift the feet up. Right, if you want, you can hold onto the legs here, tuck the chin, we'll lower down into our Ardha Navasana half boat pose, right? Bring the lower back all the way down. You can always re-lift the shoulders if you happen to have touched the floor, right? No one saw that. Right, go ahead and rebend the knees. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, rebend the knees now. And we'll lift all the way back up. The same as before, use the hands if needed. Come all the way back up. Lift the heels. Lower the knees one more time. All right, come up to a stand onto the shins once again. Step the knees to about hips width apart. All right, take a nice big breath in. Reach the hands high. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Lift the chin. Lift the heart. All right, again, inhale. Reach up. And then exhale, open up. One more time. Inhale, stretch it up. As you exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Same as before. You can bring the hands to support the ribs, to support the hips and the lower back. Or if it's feeling good enough in your body this evening, you can lower both hands to the heels, perhaps at the same time if you're feeling adventurous enough. Same as before, wherever your hands happen to be, feel the hips, feel the heart lifting up as best as you can for another breath or two. On your next inhalation, slowly come all the way back up. On your next exhalation, take a seat all the way back down. Lean the shoulders back one last time. Lift the knees up. Lower the heels. All right. Use the hands if needed and take a seat. One more time into our boat pose, just for old time's sake, really. Right. Lift the heart, lift the feet, any amounts. Right. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, lower back into your Ardha Navasana. Take a nice big breath in. Reach the hands up overhead. As you exhale, sweep the hands, bend the knees, and come all the way up. Right, so as you find a seat here, go ahead and bring the feet together. Allow the knees to drop open. Just a gentle butterfly here, as if there were any other kind. Right, just allow the knees
to bounce here for a breath or two. And sit up nice and tall, take a nice full breath and reach the hands high. As you exhale, reach the hands forward and gaze forward. Right? So keep the gaze, keep the upper body nice and long, and then inhale, reach back up. And then exhale, reach forward. Right, one more time, inhale, lengthen up. And as you exhale, reach forward. All right, so as you reach your hands forward, wherever your fold or however deep your fold happens to be tonight, all right, let it feel good, right? Find some space here where you can connect to what you're feeling in your body without it needing to be a whole lot of effort, right? See if you can create some ease here as well. And begin to walk your hands back towards your body. And use your hands to bring your knees together. Place your feet somewhere about hips width apart. And we're going to make our way onto our backs, right? So make sure you have plenty of room to do just that. All right, with or without the assistance of your hands, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, slowly lower all the way down. All right, once you find the comfort, the safety of the floor, once again, bring both knees in towards your body. Give yourself a well-deserved hug for coming to your mat this evening, all right? For whatever time of day it happens to be, really. Making some time for yourself just to move, to breathe, to connect, however it happened to look or feel today. Right? Just taking some time for yourself, period. Right? Right, go and bring both knees back to center. Place the feet on the floor somewhere about hip width apart. Both knees pointed up. Place your palms somewhere next to your hips. Right? Just one more back bend here. So as you press into the heels, press into the shoulders, press into your hands, and lift your hips off the floor for your bridge pose. And if you'd like something a little more supportive or a little more restful or restorative, you can add a block or some pillows beneath your hips and rest onto that. If you'd like, you can also interlace your fingers and tuck your shoulders instead. If you have full upward bow or Urdhva Dhanurasana still in your body at this point, you can bring both hands behind your shoulders with the fingers pointed towards your feet. Press into your palms to lift the shoulders and head all the way off the floor. Right? Wherever you happen to be in your back bend. Right? Just a breath or two more. All right, if your shoulders are off the floor, tuck your chin first. Slowly lower your shoulders all the way back down. Release your hands, remove anything beneath you, and lower your hips all the way to the floor. Let your hips find the comfort, the safety of your mat. Walk your feet together, and then allow your knees to drop open. All right, so as you bring your knees open, if this is a little too intense for your body in this particular moment, you can bring some pillows or blocks beneath the knees or the thighs, or just straighten your legs, right? Whatever's clever. Class is almost over anyway. Okay. So rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Right, we'll take just a moment or two here just to reconnect to our breath. Right? So just as we did at the beginning of class, right? That breath where you're exhaling as if you're blowing out a candle, right? Just a gentle candle, just to engage the belly a bit more. Right? So let's take a nice full breath in. Then exhale, blow it out. And then again, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pause. And then exhale, blow it out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. And one more time, just like that. Deep breath in through the nose. And then pause. And then for a slow, imaginary count of 7, blow it out, exhale. Awesome. Take a nice full breath in. And then softly sigh it out. Right, use your hands to bring your knees together. And once your knees find each other, once again, bring your knees in towards your body. Give yourself a little love here, just rocking or swaying from side to side. All right, then go ahead and start to come back to center here. Place both feet on the floor with the knees bent. Reach your arms out to the sides.
And cross your right knee over your left, right? So right thigh over the left, and then lower the knees over to the left. So as you shift your knees or lower the knees over to the left, shift your gaze over to the right. Right, if it's a little more sensation in your body, in your twist, and you're looking for in this particular moment, you can always unravel the legs a little bit or a lot of it, like all the way. All right, then let's start to come back to center. All right, as you come back to center, unravel the legs, place both feet on the floor, cross the left knee over the right, and then lower the knees over to the right. As you lower the knees over to the right, shift your gaze over to the left. We'll take just a few deep breaths here. All right, slowly bring both knees back to center. As you come back to center, unravel the legs, give yourself another well-deserved hug. Right, lift the shoulders up towards the knees and give yourself a big squeeze just to let yourself know that you mean it, right? Take a nice full breath in. And then exhale, let it all go. Right, release your breath, release your legs, and we'll stretch out into our final resting pose. So just a few moments here, a few minutes really on your mat in your day. You can just relax your body and just be in this experience of yourself, right, of your practice, of what you're feeling in this particular moment after you've moved your body. So allow these next few moments on your mat in your day to feel good as best as you can. Allow yourself to linger in your Shavasana's last few moments of your practice for as long as this feels good to you, however long that happens to be. And as you make your way into the rest of your day, the rest of your week, take time to find connection to your body, to yourself, by turning your awareness inwards and finding your breath. Have a beautiful Monday. Thank you. Namaste.